Large language models are powerful systems that can generate text, answer questions, and even assist with creative work. But with this power comes responsibility. Regulation and ethics are essential to ensure that these models are used in ways that benefit society rather than harm it. 4 key areas stand out: transparency, accountability, global regulation, and ethical frameworks. Transparency is one of the most important principles. Large language models often feel like black boxes, producing fluent answers without showing how they arrived at them. For users, this can be confusing or even misleading. Transparency means explaining how models make decisions, what data they were trained on, and what limitations they have. For example, if a model generates a medical explanation, transparency would involve clarifying that the model is not a doctor and that its answers are based on patterns in text rather than clinical judgment. Transparency builds trust by helping people understand what the model can and cannot do. Without it, users may place too much confidence in outputs that are uncertain or biased. Accountability is closely related. When a large language model makes a mistake or is misused, who is responsible? Is it the developers who built the system, the companies that deploy it, or the users who interact with it? Accountability requires clear guidelines for responsibility. If an AI system spreads misinformation or produces harmful content, there must be mechanisms to address the problem and hold the right parties accountable. This is especially important in high-stakes areas like healthcare, law, or finance, where errors can have serious consequences. Accountability ensures that AI is not just powerful, but also safe and reliable. Global regulation is another critical issue. Different regions are approaching AI governance in different ways. In the United States, regulation has often focused on innovation and market growth, with guidelines that encourage development but leave much responsibility to companies. In the European Union, the approach is more cautious, with proposals like the AI Act that set strict rules for transparency, risk management, and ethical use. In Asia, countries like China are developing their own frameworks, often emphasizing state oversight and control. These differences show that regulation is not uniform, and global cooperation will be needed to manage AI systems that operate across borders. Without coordination, companies may face conflicting rules, and users may experience uneven protections depending on where they live. Ethical frameworks tie all of these elements together. Ethics is about balancing innovation with human values. Large language models can increase productivity, improve accessibility, and inspire creativity, but they can also reinforce bias, spread misinformation, and displace jobs. Ethical frameworks ask us to consider questions like: how do we ensure fairness? How do we protect privacy? How do we balance efficiency with dignity? These frameworks are not just technical checklists, they are guiding principles that shape how AI interacts with society. They remind us that technology should serve humanity, not the other way around. Taken together, transparency, accountability, global regulation, and ethical frameworks form the foundation for responsible AI. Transparency helps users understand how models work. Accountability ensures that mistakes are addressed. Global regulation provides consistency across borders. Ethical frameworks keep human values at the center of innovation. Large language models are changing the way we work, communicate, and create. Their regulation and ethics are not optional extras, they are essential safeguards. Without them, the risks of bias, misinformation, misuse, and harm grow larger. With them, the benefits of AI can be realized more safely and fairly. Even more profound changes. Text, vision, and speech, collaborative AI that works alongside humans, and the ongoing debate between open and closed approaches to development. These directions will shape how AI becomes integrated into everyday life and how society chooses to guide its growth. One important trend is the move towards smaller, efficient models. Today's largest systems require enormous computing power and energy, but researchers are finding ways to make models lighter and faster. This means they can run directly on personal devices, like smartphones or laptops, without needing constant access to powerful servers. On-device AI will allow people to use language models privately, securely, and even offline. It also reduces costs and environmental impact. Edge computing, where AI runs closer to the user rather than in distant data centers, will make interactions faster and more responsive. Smaller models will not replace large ones entirely, but they will make AI more accessible and practical for everyday use. Another exciting direction is multimodal LLMs. Traditional language models work only with text, but multimodal systems can process and generate across multiple formats at once. Imagine asking a model a question in spoken language, showing it a picture, and receiving an answer that combines text, diagrams, and audio. These systems unify vision, language, and speech, creating richer and more natural interactions. In education, multimodal AI could explain a concept with both words and visuals. In healthcare, it could analyze medical images alongside patient records. In creative industries, it could blend text prompts with design sketches or music samples. Multimodal LLMs move us closer to machines that communicate in the same diverse ways humans do. Collaborative AI is another future direction. Instead of replacing human work, LLMs are increasingly seen as partners that enhance it. In writing, they can suggest ideas or polish drafts. In programming, they can generate code while developers focus on design. In business, they can analyze data while humans make strategic decisions. Collaboration means combining the strengths of humans and machines, human judgment, creativity, and empathy with machine speed, scale, and pattern recognition. This partnership could redefine productivity, making work more efficient and creativity more expansive. The future of AI is not about competition between humans and machines, but about collaboration that unlocks new possibilities. The debate between open and closed models will also shape the future. Open models are community-driven, with code and training data shared publicly. They encourage innovation, transparency, and broad participation. Closed models are developed by corporations, often kept proprietary to protect intellectual property and maintain control. Each approach has advantages. Open models foster trust and allow researchers to study and improve systems. Closed models can be more secure and better resourced, but they limit access. The balance between open and closed will determine who gets to shape AI and how widely its benefits are shared. This debate is not just technical, it is political and social, influencing the future of knowledge, creativity, and economic opportunity. Taken together, these directions show that large language models are evolving beyond their current form. Smaller, efficient models will bring AI closer to users. Multimodal systems will expand communication across formats. Collaborative AI will redefine how humans and machines work together. The open versus closed debate will decide how inclusive and transparent the future of AI will be. Large language models are not static tools, they are dynamic systems that continue to grow and adapt. Their future is inspiring because it points to a world where AI is more accessible, more versatile, and more collaborative. But it also challenges us to think carefully about values, governance, and inclusion. The choices we make today will shape how these systems evolve tomorrow. Artificial intelligence is moving quickly, and large language models are at the center of that movement. Their future directions remind us that progress is not only about technical breakthroughs, but also about how we integrate those breakthroughs into society. By embracing efficiency, multimodality, collaboration, and thoughtful governance, we can ensure that the future of LLMs is one that enhances human potential and builds a smarter, fairer, and more creative world.
If you find this video exciting, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next AI for Beginners educational video.